Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Friday follow-up. I want to talk today about something that we've discussed in the past, and that's change. That's why I've got the old way and the new way picture for my background this morning. And the reason why I want to talk about change again, one, it's very important, and a couple of things happened this week. In going through some of my folk stuff, and I came across some old Super 8 movies that, of course, I had no player to play them on. And Ann and I sent them to a company that would digitize them, and we got them last night. And I was able to see pictures from 60 years ago, my great-great-grandparents at their 50th wedding anniversary. And, we were looking at how people dressed back 60 years ago and the cars and just how things were going. Everybody was dressed up. I saw my dad in a white sports coat that I really don't remember that. So I just got to think about how much has changed over the years, and for the good. Today, February 19th, in 1878, Thomas Edison received a patent for the gramophone or the phonograph. And look how much that has changed over the years as a way of recording messages for people. Just think about if we hadn't had that and how things hadn't changed, we wouldn't be able to be communicating in this way. So again, we've talked about change in TOPS, or how things, we do little changes to improve our journey to a healthy lifestyle. And I came across several quotes that I like to use. And one of them is, if you do not create change, change will create you. So that's very important, because we talk about also control, and some things are out of our control, but we can change little things. And a while back, I challenged you folks to change one thing in your routine to help you on your way. And I know people tend to want to resist change. I totally understand that. You're looking at someone who did not want to change. But I did find out the hard way that if I don't change, change will create me, and you're kind of forced with it. So isn't it better to kind of embrace the change, have control of the change, and make little changes so that you can expect the unexpected and you can plan for them? And then if you are afraid to make changes, and I totally understand that, why not find somebody to make a change with? And again, the cornerstone of what we're all about is support. And, when you're in a situation that you're not have total control, or you're afraid of what may happen if you go left or right, the old way or the new way, having somebody there to help you might ease the burden. And when I was, Ann and I were talking as we were looking at these old movies from way back, and so glad I found that treasure tucked away in a box in my father's closet. We are talking about how much we've changed over the years. Ann and I have changed as we looked at some scary pictures of us back 20, 30, 40 years ago. And when I reflected back about where we started together and then where we are now, if change hadn't happened, we wouldn't be the way we are today. When I reflect upon my career, working in the laboratory, how I learned to be analytical. If I hadn't got into town politics and learned how to express my concerns, my beliefs, and try to get people to come my way and not the old way. All those changes over time made me who I am today, so that I can handle adversity and stuff. So I just, I know we talked about this, and again, I want to, reflect back when we talked about that. What did you change? Was it for the good? Sometimes if we change things, we kind of come back, we go to a new way, but we kind of come back to an old way, which is now new again because we've looked at it at a different perspective, and maybe now it will work. Again, scary, find a friend. That's probably the best way to do it. And you allow yourself to have personal growth. Flexibility. I think flexibility is huge in our journey towards a healthy lifestyle because, again, some days we'll go off the rails. So, again, I put that challenge on the table. Find something that you can change to make your life better. Doesn't have to be for TOPS. Maybe it's just something in your personal life that you can change, and eventually it'll come around and pay a benefit to help you on your journey to a healthier lifestyle. So again, just putting that out there, and let's talk about a change that I made this year. My change was, as I was looking back, again, always looking back so you can go forward, looking back at some of the original broadcasts, as I like to call them, on these Friday mornings. You've evolved with me. You've seen how we've kind of stepped up our game to show ideas and talk and kind of put things on YouTube and clarify some of the issues that we've been working on. And so, I mean, some of the, like I've said before, some of the early clips that I did, kind of like, wow, I can't believe I did that, and look where we are now. So that's huge. I've even now with YouTube links, I've shared some of these talks to just family and friends, and getting a different perspective of comments that I get when you folks are with me on Friday morning with these follow-ups. The last one I shared was the Super Bowl one, and some of my so-called funny cousins said that I had a voice for radio, apparently implying that I don't have a face for TV. But I thought that was kind of comical. But again, it was a way of letting them know what I'm doing now in my career with TOPS as president of TOPS Club. So again, just another way of keeping people informed. So back to the change on, kind of flipping the script on these Friday follow-ups. With the journey of accountability that you're helping me with, and I'm hoping that you're getting some benefit. I have to admit, this week started very rough, and it was kind of like a holdover from last week. And there's no need to go into them, but because I know we all have curveballs thrown at us. With family members getting ill or just things just not working right. And I was a little concerned about my 6 o'clock in Friday morning weigh-in. And there was a couple of evenings, I'll have to admit, that I almost made that walk to the kitchen at 2 o'clock in the morning just to grab something for no particular reason, but just I wanted to eat something. But I remembered that, hey, I have to keep accountable, and I want to share what happens to you folks. And that kind of pulled me back, and I waited a few minutes, and that urge, craving, whatever it was, probably just feeling out of control because of what had gone on this week. But I was able to rein it in. And very happy to report that this morning when I weighed in, I had a 1.6 pound loss. That is just phenomenal considering how the week went. And I owe it all to you folks helping me keep accountable. And again, I hope it goes back to you that I'm helping keep you accountable. So again, right now with a 1.6 loss this week, that's so far a total of 18.2 pounds for since the beginning of the year. And while that's great, I'm not resting on that. I have another goal. Now that I've got to this point, I have another goal that I want to get to the point where I was back in March of 2020. You all remember March of 2020. We had a board meeting, and after the board meeting, we had to scramble because of COVID and all the restrictions that were put in place, you know, the ban and the chapter meetings and all that. I want to get back to my pre-COVID weight. And then from there, I'll work on other goals. And I just want to thank you folks for helping me, because if I hadn't made that change, if I hadn't had that accountability to use the medium that we're able to use under this cloud of a pandemic to stay connected until we can all meet again wherever in Tops Nation, I don't think I would have got to those 18.2 pounds lost. Still have a way to go on my journey, but we all have a way to go on our journey. So let's all make a positive change so we can find a new way to make the old way work again. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next Friday.